We're here with author Joanna Infeld of Energy Worlds. So, Joanna, we want to hear a little bit about this book, Gratefully Aging.
Right. Well, the origin of that book is that as we age, a lot of people seem to think that that's not such a good thing and that they want to look younger and be younger. Whereas the whole premise of the book is to embrace the age that you are, whatever age it is. Because in a way, I mean, we are the wisest we have ever been. And as we grow older, we get wiser. And also, we are the youngest we will ever be. So there's a combination there of having the most energy that we will have, and also being the wiser. So our time is now.
Okay. And how does energy, the world of energy, connect into the aging process?
Well, as very interesting question, because as one ages, and I wrote another book called The 7 Ages of Woman, where I talked about how we go through 7 ages in our lives, and I liken them to the 7 colors of the rainbow, being from childhood, being very intense, a lot of learning, like red, very kind of warm, get up and go. And then, of course, comes puberty. Everything changes. We become interested in sex and in relationships. And then the era of responsibility, where we go out into the world and establish ourselves in a career and in a home and maybe marriage, maybe children. And then comes midlife, which some people call midlife crisis. I call it midlife opportunity, because I think that is the time when we can really review our life for the first time seriously, because we've come so far and we see where we've come from, and we realize that if we keep going the same way, we'll get more of the same. So this is where a lot of people make a lot of changes, like change their career, change their second marriages, go traveling, do things that you didn't have the finances for maybe in earlier life, like a new hobby, start painting. Being creative becomes important in that midlife. And then, of course, the menopause years and old age. And I think each age brings with it a different energy, and we connect to those energies. And rather than being subject to it, we can work with it and make it the most. Rather than trying to be always younger, why not be the age we are, enjoy the challenges on the one hand and the benefits on the other?
I definitely agree with that. This is something that that's not spoken about enough. I mean, we live in a society that's so crazed with like youth culture that this message is kind of suppressed. So I like this message. I feel like it's important to everybody. Everybody should look forward to aging. Some of the points that you brought up in terms of like wisdom, regrouping, finding new things, always ever creativity. I think is very important. And how do you stay inspired?
Well, I try to do something new every now and then. I don't keep going like sometimes old people, they say they always go to the same places and they meet the same friends and they talk about the same things. I try and do something new. I became a trainer like 3 years ago. I'm a personal trainer now at the age of 69, so pretty good. I'm really pleased with that. And I'm always looking to learn new things. So learning, I think, is a really important thing to keep you young. In my book, I also have some memory exercises, I think, to keep your mind going, because one thing that can happen is we lose our memory. But we don't have to. I think if you keep working with your memory and with even memorize a poem, how about that? I mean, to keep young.
Sounds awesome. This is an amazing spring message. Spring is a time of, detoxing. It's a time of renewal. So, what would be your 5 tips for anybody for the spring?
5 tips for anybody for the spring. What a good question. Okay. Um, to believe in yourself, I think, because I think we have that inner voice that does tell us what we need to do and how we need to be. Look for something new to do. Enjoy life. Do something for somebody else, because that's always a good thing to do, because it shares whatever you have, share it. And listen. We've got 2 ears, 1 mouth, so listen to what other people are telling you, because the bit of wisdom that you need might just be coming to you today.